Hello,
Hello,
friends.
friends. It's me, Cynthia,
And Azalea and Marty.
and we're Greengirlstudios. Welcome to Magic Hour. Although I don't know how many of you are going to show up because we forgot both the newsletter and a post. I've been pretty busy making some silver pieces for everyone to see. I'm excited. I can't wait for people to see them. Although we had today kind of one of those days where we were like, oh, hello, Kalite. Happy Magical Sunday. Perfect. Today was not magical when we started the day. I'll say that.
We ran into a lot of hiccups.
Less magical. But one of the things that we were talking about, we stopped at Joanne to get some. I'm going to show you guys how to make pins. They're kind of like a badge that are like, I'll just show you. I make these for craft shows occasionally. I make them in batches of about 10 to 20 of them at a time. And we bring them to different shows. And generally, I sell all of them. You'd think I'd make more, but the way I do it, since I take so long, it's not. It's like every time I make them, they take forever. I don't know why. Probably because I'm changing things around. I tend to change things and really go over it. That's my thing. I'm ruminating with beads, if that's a thing. Oh, it seems like we got a few more friends coming in. Hello, Ann.
Already
Hello,
22
Lorraine.
people. I'm
Deanna.
on for like 2 minutes.
Deanna,
let us know how our
North
audio
Carolina.
is, everybody.
Yeah, are we?
Let us know if you can hear and see us well.
Azalea battled again with camo. It looks like today it's working. We'll see. They did another update, so we were like, man, hopefully it's not too many updates. Our friend Nilda and Suzanne. Hope y'all are having a good Sunday. Julie, welcome. Oh, audio and video are good. Thank you. He doesn't like it when you do that, Azalea.
He doesn't like me.
Crystal, hello from Nashville. I bought a good pair of cowboy boots when I was in Nashville for a Tucson. I was with Bob Burkett, and I got some. How do you call it? They were Cayman lizard. I call them my gator boots. I'm like, I'm from Florida, and I did catch some heat for wearing them. People were like, is that actual gator? And I was like, yes, it is. Because the tops of the toe, they're kind of those, this cowboy, when I was driving through Texas, said, what you got there are cockroach killers. And I was like, how do you figure? And he's like, that point, you can get right into that corner. And I was like, okay, but I'm not going to call them that. I'm still going to call them my gator boots.
Gator boots.
And this gal, she's vegan, and I respect
she's
that.
Vegan.
But she did give me a really hard time. She was like, how can you live with yourself wearing those? I said, listen, if people did not hunt these gators, the rate that they breed, we would be in a lot of trouble, because some of these gators, I'm from Florida, I can attest to this. I'd seen them walking around. My grandparents, they lived in Kissimmee, not in Kissimmee, but a little town called, I can't think of it now, but it was like right in the middle off of Lake Marion. And you would see the biggest gators. There was a couple that disappeared attributed to gators. I mean, they get big. And somebody's got to go out there and sort of cull the herd, as they say. I mean, people, but sometimes, they'd know.
How did we start talking about your gator boots? How did that even come up?
I don't know.
Now we're talking about gators.
Hunting gators.
Yeah.
But how did I get started on that? What are we doing today? Well, we were talking about what we did today, what our energy was.
We had some hiccups, but we're changing the energy and we're gonna have a good time now. We've decided that it's gonna be a good time. We have
our friend Ann Gardan. Hello, Ann. Always fun to see our friends.
Hi,
Marianne. I see Karen. Oh, our friend Bonnie is here with us today. And sorry, I'm touching again, and that's not a helpful thing.
It's because I'm on the mouse and she's on the little finger.
Lorraine.
Hello, everybody. So we have a demo today,
Kalite.
And we also have like a whole tray of a lot sale for you guys to see.
Yes.
So get excited for that. We're gonna do a different demo today. We're not doing like what we usually do. This is completely new. We've never done this before. So, Mom, do you know this project a little better? Do you want to tell people what we're going to be doing?
We're gonna make some friendship pins.
Some friendship
It's
pins.
basic. But I will say this, when I say friendship pin, I'm not talking about the one from the 80s that we all made with safety pins. You guys remember this with seed? You'd put a few seed beads, and then if you were really fancy, you'd take some more safety pins and you'd line them up. That's not what we're making. We're going to make more of a medallion, I'd say. Like, say you're in 1942 and you just won a foot race, and, you know, maybe we're in a small town, and Father Brown is presenting all of the awards, and he would pin this. Would say winner or first place, and it would have a little badge. That's the type. We're gonna make those. So the way I do it is a little different. I've made some, you know what I do with these? I have a bunch of tests, like crochet tests, and when I'm done with those crochet tests, I make these out of them. So I don't have any because I sold all the ones, and I'm really bad about taking pictures of everything I've made. So anyway, we're going to do that. That's going to be on the agenda.
Let's flip it and show the materials we've got today. We stood in line at Joanne.
Vibes. Thank you, Ann Schroeder. All right, we're going to move it over. This is pretty high tech.
Okay,
here it is. Look how high tech it is.
It's pretty awesome.
Oh, here we go.
You gotta flip it again.
Okay, we're going to go this way.
And then come back down.
And come back down.
There you go.
Oh, you can show that little head we got. Remember?
Oh.
It was pretty fun.
All right, we're here.
Doing this.
So it doesn't look like there's any delay, which is good. That's a change from usual routine.
Yes. So what we have here are the fixins to make some of these pins. I went to Joanne today and found these. This is from, I think they're from the brand Hildy and Joe. I'm not sure, but you can get these on, you know, anywhere, any craft store. This is just the kind that's more open. I've seen the type of pin that has an open on the back, or there's a way to open it. I don't know how. I don't think you can open this, but yeah, I don't know how those work. I never did have. I knew a gal that could take the you know, that metal piece that goes on there. I don't know what that's called. She would take that out. Yeah, I'd love one. Can you put me with some ice? Thank you. The beverage we are enjoying this evening is a ginger beer with peach. We found them at Target the other day.
Soda.
It's a soda. Our mocktail. So anyway, oh, that reminds me of mocktails. We're going to have our friend Betsy Ventrella. You guys know her from Beyond Beatery on the 28th. If you guys are around at 5, we're going to be having cocktails. And it's a lot of fun. We were going to do it last time she was here. It was like 3 or 4 months ago. But we didn't have time. Her daughter lives here, and they have a baby. So she generally lives in New Mexico. And it's nice to see her visiting. We tried to get her to move here, but you know what? You guys are probably aware of the housing difficulties around Asheville area. It might be. No, Pamela, I did not buy the safety pin. These pins, this came from Joanne, and it was like $5 for a 6-pack maybe. But you can get these. They're pretty common. They're not hard to find. I think you can even get them at Walmart. They come in all different sizes. Now, I found this ribbon. This was also there, but it has this cool herringbone pattern. And so you can glue this. I think I want it to be like this long, maybe. I don't know. What I usually do with this is I find scraps that I have lying around. This was a sample of a piece I was making. It was kind of like a Sophie Degard style tote bag I wanted to make. And if you've never seen this gal's work, I suggest you get on Pinterest and look for Sophie Degard, Digard. She makes some really beautiful crochet, really inspiring work. So I am going to, Zoe, can you find me over there a crochet hook that's really small? I bet I could get it with, maybe I'll just trim that later. I'll just trim this later so it's not in the way. But I was going to connect all these. What's this? Oh, Nilda, how can I receive notice for that? I'm going to put that in a newsletter. I'm going to put it in a newsletter if you want to join us on the 28th. And she's a different crowd, and she's a different vibe than us. We'd see her in Bead and Button, if you've ever gone to the Bead and Button show. But or if you've gone to any of the big shows. So I'm going to use some of this. This is a type of sewing thread. It's for hand sewing. We found this at, where did this come from? This sewing thread, Azalea?
Oh, my wax?
Yeah.
Raw wax. W-A-W-A-K.
It's already pre-trimmed. So what you do is you grab some of this. We didn't even know about this stuff. And our friend Kate Richburg showed us.
Oh,
and you just pull.
Mary Craven.
Oh, Mary Craven. You just pull it, and it's at the perfect length for hand sewing.
Pre-waxed.
It's pre-waxed. It's ready to go.
Wallwax.com.
And I'm going to get out one of these. Azalea, get me one of these needles out.
I've got my hands full right now.
And I'm going to sew this closed. If you're in a hurry, maybe I can just glue it for now, so it won't take forever. If I were doing this for a sale, I would just sew it real fast. Maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I can sew it really quick. But Azalea, make one too while I'm doing this, so you can glue one, get the fixings and make it and show how to do it. Once you get the hang of it and you have all your stuff out, I have a bunch of things here, like wax. This is a thread burner, and I'll use different cord to add beads. And sometimes I'll add, I'll sew them on or glue them on. And it's kind of fun. Right, yeah, I was going to put that right here as a piece. And then maybe like, I don't know.
How long should these be?
You can make them any length. You can make them where it's like this. Look at this. This is so fun. Oh, here it is. A lot of this stuff went under the table.
Pinking shears right now.
Pinking shears, yeah. But I found this in my stash. Look at how festive this is. Oh, hello, Facebook user. Oh, grab a big pair of scissors because these are kind of small, shrimpy. Look at this. They're cute, but they're really short. All right, I think this would look good. And you can have pom-poms. If you have pom-poms laying around, look at that. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe something here. I have this hand dyed of nylon. I don't know if you can see this, but I have a bunch of this that I dyed. I'm going to also add this. If you've been watching our lives, then you've been hearing us talk about instant downloads. This is going to be in my crochet class because this is one of the fun workshops that I've taught in the past. And for the thread necklaces, I teach it from this part, the thread, all the way down to the finish. So that we're working on editing it now. We took a bunch of pictures, but the editing process, man, oh man, does that take forever. So what I do with this is I'll just cut what I need in little bits so it kind of shows. And I'll hang them on there, hang beads. It's really relaxed. I would not say that this is a very difficult project at all. This, I would say, is a beginner project. Say you have beads that you don't really know what you're going to do with it. You're just you can just make something to start. And sometimes in the act of making something quick like this, it kind of spurs your brain and gets it, it's like activating parts of your brain to get in the mood for crafting. So I think that's a pretty cute link. And I've pinned these on jackets and things. They're so cool. I think I'm going to glue this for now, and I'm going to go back and sew it later. I like Fabri-Tac. If you guys ever used Fabri-Tac.
Fabri-Tac works very good. I've been using that for
How come
years.
It doesn't say Fabri-Tac on it?
Because they rebranded.
Okay, so they rebranded. This used to be called Fabri-Tac, and I've been calling it that for forever. Now they're calling it 3-in-1. But if you had Fabri-Tac, then that's this. Oh, don't force the lid. But this is good for fabric. That's why they call it, well, I don't know why they stopped naming it, but this is good for doll wig making because it's kind of flexible and waterproof. I probably will not be able to sew over that, so we'll see. It's really strong glue, but I didn't go the whole distance. I'll leave it so that there'll be room to sew right up here or down in this section. Okay, that's one part. And the pinking shears are good because then it doesn't fray. But if you really don't want it to fray, you could hit it with some fray check.
Oh, I have some too.
What is the nylon you use? Where's the nylon? Where's the nylon? Oh, So this is from, you know what? I don't know exactly because they don't look for Ceylon or Eslon or even they just call it nylon cord. I get this in Tucson and they come in like a big stack. But if you don't want to, like, you can get these from beadshop.com. Kate has like a million colors. This style comes, if you're local, you can go over to Cherry Tree. They have this. And Chevron, I think, carries this stuff too. And it's good because then this doesn't fray out if you hit it with either fray check or the wax burning tool or I keep calling it wax burning, but this is a thread zapper.
Thread burner, I think is what Kate called it.
Yeah, thread burner. So I'm going to use this little thing, and you can see there's a bunch of different ways, you just look at it. And I find that it's fun if you have kind of different style of beads. I mean, let's see. We don't need this from the view. Or look at this cord. I had this upstairs, this braiding. It's kind of festive. It kind of gave me military vibes. But maybe that one would be better with a different color. Maybe like this. Oh, Nancy, she wants to make some. These are fun. Maybe we can make these during our Zoom. Do you guys, we had, how many people joined our Zoom? Like 7 people? It was
Something
pretty
like
fun.
That. Homies.
It was really fun, but, oh, I love that.
Layers.
Layers and layers. So Azalea is just gluing it.
I glued it so far.
You can go over it. If you don't put the glue too thick.
I can show it a little bit like this because it's at an angle.
Oh, I see. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, this is, here we go. That's nice.
Kate gave me one that was a vintage. Now, this is where it came from. About 15 years ago, maybe, we were talking about being in a race, and we went to this booth called Sandy Shore over at Bead and Button, and that guy has some vintage. It's tons of vintage, just piles and piles and piles. And when I mean piles, I mean glass, like display cases on like 7 or 8 tables, and it just packed full with costume jewelry, all kinds of stuff. And we found these little French pins from the 40s. And when I say we, I mean Kate found it, and then she gave me one later and pinned it to my apron. She goes, "You remember one?" It was pretty sweet.
That's nice.
It was nice. Oh, I made this. It's from an Ass Pony song, "Live Until I Die."
Ass Ponies.
It was a garage band from the 90s. See, that was when I was first learning metalwork. That was one of the first things I made. That's called Cold Connection. You can see how ornate that is. It's just, anyway, that would be a cute one to put on. But I think it's a cute way to use up small beads in your collection because you can get fun. I think of them as little fabric collages. So you can dingle dangle all kinds of things. Bonnie says, "Did you guys charge for the Zoom?" No, we didn't. And you know what? It only lasted, I didn't know this, and I guess I should have known. But if you have the free version, I didn't even know there was a paid version for some reason. I should have known that.
They give you a 40-minute time limit, and we're going to upgrade so we can have longer Zooms. It can't be that expensive. I mean, if teachers get to use it.
Right. I don't know. But anyway, I love this. I'm going to glue some of that in there. Be pretty. And you know what else? The main thing that's fun with this is that you can embroider. If you like to do hand embroidery, which we do. Isn't that charming? I'm going to trim that. You can hear my son giggling. He's watching something. I don't know what. Earlier today, we were talking about sometimes when you're in a bad mood and you want to change your energy, and sometimes it's hard, when you're stuck in a feeling. So I'd spent all this time making these silver pieces, and this is things I've been collecting for a while, that we made a few last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago. And I'd worked all the last couple weeks making these silver pieces, and less than half of the pieces came out exactly like I wanted. We had like true loss was like 3 pieces where truly did not come out. The rest of them came out in that they cast, but the sapphires did a weird thing where they fell into the silver. So I don't have some of the ones that I've been hoping to show, and it's going to be disappointing because I made a list and said, oh, if you want some, and I wrote down, and I made like 7 of the dragonflies, and 1 with the star came out. So the star sapphire. So I tacked if you were watching that carefully, I tacked the top edge of this, and I'm going to go and possibly sew it. That fabric-tack is pretty sturdy, but this is considered, I'll just do like a few stitches with either this hand sewing thread that I had. Can you thread that for me? And we can just use that together, you know. And
Can you double knot it?
yeah, sure. Or we just do single. Doesn't need to be. It doesn't get these. I've had some that were on my backpack, but it was pretty tattered, and I couldn't find the one that Kate gave me with the beautiful, like it was like this plum colored ribbon. Oh, Ronnie says, hi ladies, today I've been making woodland wings from the Enchanted Adornments book. Oh, wonderful. You know what, I was just, oh, there it is. I was just working on, what was I working on? Oh, I was just looking at my thing that I had from earlier. That was the necklace, the sample from that. And it looked good. Still, to this day. I mean, that was like 10 years ago from that. And I can't decide which one I want on there. No, this looks cute. Maybe I'll do this. What do you guys think? Is that good?
Oh, can I have this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or this would look cute. Which is better? I at first thought this.
That looks pretty good.
Which one? This
That
one? I wanted to do some things embroidered down here, and you can do all different kinds, but you got to remember it's easy to get caught up in making these super detailed. And then I sell them for about $20. And I put them on a card about this big, and I'll put like friendship or whatever on there, depending on what it is. It's a pretty, you know, these are the reason it takes me so long is because I do this back and forth. I just need to make a decision. And the fun part is layering it. You can layer them. Like, look at this fun thing. Isn't that cute? You do that. Or sometimes I bought a bunch of jump rings out to hang on this edge. So you can, if they're big ones, you can slide them over and put them over on that side. And sometimes you can tack them in. And that would be good to hang like a little chain of these. The tiger. Oh, thank you. Ronnie said it's an awesome book. Oh, so and which Facebook user is crocheting silk necklaces today? I like that story. I might open that up. Where are those? I'll open one of these. I'll put that on there. I think that'll be cute, cute, cute. Maybe even more. How does that look? Possibly. Maybe I'll get a smaller one for that edge. They're pretty. This is a kind of a fun craft for kids too. You know, if you have some kids that are hanging around, you know, I don't know how old.
I am doing it right now.
Yeah, you're having fun. Right. Would you think your friend Lily and Sam would enjoy this if they were here to do it?
Yeah. Do you guys want to see my progress?
Yeah, let's get it in there and show it.
Far. I layered up. I used pinking shears and glue, and I've layered all these little bits up. And then now I'm stitching down this filigree like link on here. I've only got this side stitched down, but I like the symmetry of it.
Mm-hmm.
Satisfying.
I just opened that. You're not supposed to use your fingernails because fingernails are not tools, but I did it anyway because they're kind of soft. So if you have kind of soft jump rings, you can smash them. I smash them like this, and it gives them a kind of a beveled look. But then you don't want to keep opening it. Once you have this done, you don't want to keep opening it. You can, but it's work hardening the metal. So instead of opening this one again, I've opened this. And I might add one more thing to it. I don't know if I like 2 on there. Maybe I'll do, let's see. What's over there? What are those eyes? Aren't these cool? Oh, our friend, Mal. She says, hello, hi, Cynthia and Zion, everyone.
Hello. We are making little badges.
Mm-hmm. Azalea was like, maybe we should have one, like everyone that's in the club, like if we have a meetup, we could have a badge, like matching badges.
A Greengirlstudios gang badge.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that kind of a cute idea?
And then anybody can make it.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I like that story.
I like being in a community.
Mm-hmm. Me too. We were talking about that today, of how it's nice to have a sisterhood of friends that you can, have in your life. I was when I first moved here, I didn't really know that many people, and I spent a lot of time by myself in my studio for years and years. I never really went anywhere around town, and I realized that is not the way to live. Not at all the way to live. So, and it's funny, I tried to make friends and I joined a knitting group, and that's where I met my friend Star. And she's actually one of my best friends. That came out good. Oh, I was out of screen. You know about that? It's a little extra. Now, I've made these a little smaller. I used safety pins that were about this size in the past, just the standard large. These are extra large. I think it's called a kilt pin. I think Anne said that was called a kilt pin. And I'm going to make a little chain of these to add on. I suppose you could even you could sew like this on, or jump rings. It might be more festive to have it like this. There's a lot of different ways. I'm going to show you how I like to do this too. So I have this cord. Where's the end of it? Oh, Kitty, she loves it. Thank you. I think it's fun. I make a bunch of these. We'll do an afternoon, and right before we got into a couple of big shows, and I'm going to make some for that. There's one called Marshall Handmade Market, and it's on the island in Marshall. There's a little school, and they filmed the show called The Periphery out that way. I thought when I was watching it, I was like, why does this look so familiar? And then I looked up where it was filmed, and
The Peripheral?
The Peripheral, that's what it was. The Periphery. I couldn't remember. But anyway, it's a really cute little town. And I have attended that show many times, but I'd never vended at it. I should have used this. What am I doing? That's what that's for. So it doesn't fray. I'll use a little fray check on the end. Oh, Terry from Alabama. Hello, Terry. Oh, Julie says, I bought one of your eyeball rings in Tucson and love it. Seeing that eyeball on your table makes me want more. Do you still sell them? Julie, I get them from my friend Jess, and she sends me a batch of them. Every once in a while, I'll order some from her, or sometimes I send her stuff from my personal collection, and she has it made in her workshop, and we trade for work. And that's pretty fun to do. It's always fun when you can do that. You can make it work. So see that little knot there? I just did an overhand or whatever that basic knot. and I'll drop a little dab of the Fabri-Tac there so it won't budge. You could also use super glue, but it's kind of overkill.
Oh, these are so charming.
Oh yeah, Kim, they're more fun than a Girl Scout badge. It is. They're pretty cute. They're festive. And I had a little piece of embroidery and I did a little bird on it, and it came out so cute. I gave it to my friend, and she really liked it. So it was like, maybe I should make more. You don't want them to be too heavy, so you have to keep that in mind. You want to keep the weight down because you don't want it to make a hole in whatever you're working on.
I thought it would be neat because I was going to get some tags printed with my name on it to put on my dolls, like their butts, and to put as tags on my clothes that I'm going to make and sell. And I was thinking maybe if we get some fabric tags with my name printed on them, we can get ones with GGS printed on them. And then our people in our club can get some and make their own badges and put Greengirlstudios gang little tag on their badge. I thought that might be cute to be part of the club.
Yeah, that is good. It's really cute. I love it. So you can make a needle with pretty much any kind of thread. You just use a little Fabri-Tac. This tip right here is my all-time favorite tip.
Blew Kate's mind.
I blew it by gluing these puppies together for knotting. So if you guys want to ever watch me knot, if you have watched me, I'll take both of these and glue them into one needle to do, if I'm going to do a double strand type of knotting technique, so it's sturdier. And double strand is basically the same thing as single strand, but you get a bigger knot. I'll show you here on my necklace I'm wearing. So this is double. So this is how double. Doesn't have to be exactly the same width of this. I have 2 different widths on this so I can get 2 colors, but it's way more sturdy and a lot easier to get your knots in place. So when this is firmed up, which it kind of is, it's still a little bit soft, which is kind of annoying because I want to do it now. I have to give it a couple minutes, but I'm too impatient to wait. I'll let it sit so it's not. That can be in a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to knot some beads on this that have a little bit of weight. I have some of these fun African beads that are in a similar colorway. That would be kind of charming with that. And sometimes you have like one rando bead that you don't know what to do with. Like I bought and sold all those, and I think I have like 3 of these left. And so it would be a fun use with those festive colors. Oh, our friend Cherie is with us.
Oh, Frey Check is some good glue. Wish it was in brush on. You know what? I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking that you could even get some of those bottles and transfer the Frey Check into one of those, like almost like a little nail polish bottle. And then you could totally just brush it on thickly. I would do that. I would do that right now.
Okay, I'm hiding my knot. So if you've ever done this, you don't need to have like a ton of, I don't like it to show on the other side. So I'm hiding it in here on the back, the in-between side.
Who is Facebook user? This is so pretty. Sin. Who calls you Sin?
I'm not sure. The only person that calls me Sin is Kate.
Is that Kate?
I don't think it's Kate. Look at this one. Oh, it's Kate. It is Kate.
Hi, Kate.
Our friend Kate.
It's nice to see you, Kate, or hear from you.
Yay!
What are you getting up to?
I wonder if I can do this. I wonder if this bead hole is big enough.
You guys want to see my badge? I'm just about done with it. My first one, number 1.
Kate, we were telling how you gave me that French badge all those years ago from, I think it was Sandy Shore. Let me see if I can get that little giblet in there. And we are showing how to use, what's this thread called?
What do you mean?
This sewing thread.
This wall whack.
Oh, wall whack.
I learned this from Mary Cravens.
Oh, our friend Mary Cravens. Is it Kate's birthday? I haven't been on Facebook, and I'm not very good at keeping up with things. You know, it's hard to keep up with things. I want to show her necklace. I'm dying to show that necklace.
You're supposed to be secret?
I wanted it to be secret because I didn't make the The another annoying thing is the clasp that I made did not come out, and so I have to make it again. It was one of the annoyances of today. The it was
One of the many.
one of the many annoyances of today.
We're having fun now.
Yeah, we're having fun now. We had a discussion earlier about a quote that I told Azalea. We were talking about, like, she was playing her guitar and she was like, "Oh, I don't want anyone to hear me because I'm not very good." And I was like, "Listen, my sister was learning, she was teaching herself, or she was taking classes to learn violin. And when she was learning that, it was really hard. It was really hard to listen to."
Happy birthday, Kate.
And so she was like, everybody could hear me in the garage. It was so terrible. And I said, you shouldn't compare yourself, because, some of the people that you're thinking of have been, they've been playing music for 20, 30 years, and you can't compare because, it's just different skills. Like, you wouldn't expect them to be able to draw the same, but you've spent the time to learn that skill. And I said, it reminds me, I think there's a quote, I think it's attributed to the Buddha. It's, comparison is the thief of joy. And I always thought, I didn't really understand what that meant until I started making on my own and realizing, every time I compared something that I was working on to another person's work, I was kind of being unfair to myself, Just felt like, I don't know, unnecessary, really. Now I'm tucking in that needle so I don't have to go through and re-knot it. But I don't like it when it's a bunch of, you don't have to do that. But I don't like it when there's a ton of extra, like on the back. Even though no one is really going to see it, I just don't like it for myself. So look at how that knot is loose, coming undone a little. If you put fray check, it won't come undone. Oh, Kate, your embroidery machine would be so fantastic for making a badge. I mean, seriously. You couldn't even beat it. I hope I didn't get that. How's yours coming along?
Mine, I think, is done unless I decide to add something to the bottom.
Ah, yeah, compare and despair. So I think it's kind of a way to make yourself miserable, comparing yourself. So always remember that, everybody's on a different path in life. Everyone's at a different level. It's just like a video game. You may not all start at the same level, and some people have been doing it for a lot longer. So, there's no good that comes from that. Oh, I see a quote. Azalea, I love your new doll. It's good.
Oh, thank you. I tried hard.
Oh, Kalite, that's a good one. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. That's a great one. I love that. Yeah, all you can really do is if you use what you have, learned, instead of trying to be like, I used to get kind of jelly when I think of that doll maker from Enchanted Doll, and I'd be thinking, wow, she gets so much money for her work. I wish I could do that. And I think about, hey, is that really, what I could have done, which I didn't do, which would have been cute, is this. The next ones I'll do. These are for bead caps, but isn't that charming?
It's not too late.
It's not too late, but I've already kind of started this. We'll see how that looks. And let me, oops, sorry, hit that camera. Kind of cockeyed there, but you could always use sequins. There's so many fun things, especially if you have those vintage sequins. I used to make kits for embroidery and bead making, and a kit we used to have called the Wandering Needle Necklace Kit. That's taking it back a minute. I think 2 stitches is enough. It's a little odd how I did that. Oh yeah, bead embroidery. Yeah, I was just thinking bead embroidery across the top. I'm not going to cut this because I might very well do that. Also, fabric paint and dye because you know this has a pretty cool herringbone, but I could also dip that in a little dye down at the bottom and get a
You
cool
could get
ombre
really
effect.
creative with it.
Yeah, they are really fun to make.
There's a lot of options.
Mm-hmm. So now that this is stiffened up over here, exactly, vintage sequins. I love, love, love them. They just don't make them like they used to. And I'm not just saying that. They literally don't make them like they used to. Some of them are made out of like celluloid and different materials that were kind of weird and fragile, but somehow stood the test of time. So I'm going to knot this in place. It is, I should have actually made my knot first, but you know, it's not hard to do, to slide it into place. To get past it, I guess. Actually, I'm just going to knot it because it's too fiddly to do that. All right. It would have been better if I had some bigger beads, I think. A little bit larger. Maybe I'll put this one instead. That was too fiddly and small. Yeah, that looks good. And add a little movement. Just a little bit of movement. You don't want to be rattling down the street. Unless that's your jam. Or you're hiking and there are bears in the woods and you want them absolutely to know you're there, which I do. I have a bell on my bag because I don't want to surprise a bear again, which I did not that long ago, and we surprised each other. And it was a little weird. I screamed and then slowly made my way past, which I hate that I'm always screaming.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. I annoy myself with that. The other day I saw a snake and I almost stepped on it and I screamed and it stopped and looked at me and kept going, and it was a great big black, like,
kind of incredulously.
It was like, what is up with you? Kind of like rude, as though his face said that. And I was like, oh, sorry,
bro. Didn't mean to scream so.
I know.
In your face.
Yeah, it surprised me. Oh, Bonnie, these would be great on a jean jacket. I am going to make one for my friend Candy because that is exactly what she needs. Oh, off to dinner, Kate. I will see you soon. Oh, Nancy says, I really like the circular, semicircular. You know, it looks good there. Oh, Sheree says, where were you? I have a big fear of it here. Mr. Bear has been on my camera. I was on the Blue Ridge Parkway. Blue Ridge. On the Mountains to Sea Trail. I came around an area and they were in a little blueberry thing off. It wasn't really that close to the trail. It was probably like 15 feet. It wasn't like tremendously close. I'm not afraid of them because I don't mess with them. And I also don't try and touch them. I leave them alone. That's my thing. I'm not going to bug them. I'm almost done with this. I kind of want a teardrop. You know what would be cute with this is one of those Molly beads. Have you guys seen those? Or wedding beads, the Molly wedding beads. Wow, that was way off with my knot. That's the case with this. Sometimes when you have a little awl or something, you can move your knots around. But it seemed to be okay. And I'll just put a little drop of glue. And then I have one more. And it's like this. And I'm going to go over and I think I'll put a few more beads just across the top. Yeah, Nancy, bears are rampant. You know what? There's so many bears. Listen, I got a path around my house. I never walk around the back side of my house. I don't know what's out on that side, but there is a well-worn path in a circle all around my house from the garbage can to the other side because they take a bag and they'll rip it and they spread everything out so they can really go through your stuff. And it's quite annoying. All right, I think I'm going to finish this later, but this is a pretty good, let me get everything else out of the way. And then put azaleas right here. With a bead. So here's what I have so far, and I'll trim everything out. So it'll be like this. Not bad. I didn't use any of the gold braid that I brought down, but these are just from a very limited amount of beads that I took, or of ribbons and things. Obviously, if you have like vintage velvets or even bits of other materials or little pieces of crochet, like say you're doing a swatch, if you do a little one like this, I'm gonna have to tuck that in. But I was thinking it would be like a good one to have, you could trim that out and do a different one. Oh, our friend Clem is with us. Hey, Clem. Nice to see you. We had fun on the Zoom the other night. That was fun while it lasted. But look at this. See, you can do this. And this is pretty too. Just sew it like that. There are no rules. And this is the back of the crochet. It might be really pretty to do it that way. And then we've got carrots. So pleased. Or maybe this one would look good. Sometimes they can be pretty simple. I think a lot of it is your intention while you're making them. So you shouldn't make these while you're in a bad mood, unless you want to change your mood, which might do it, crafting. But you don't want to sit there and ruminate and stew when you're crafting. That just seems like imbuing your object with negativity, and no one needs that. That might be woo-woo for some, but I don't know. I feel like just dropping it at the door and just saying, you know what, I can't do anything about the things that I'm ruminating on. I'm just going to set that heavy bag down for a minute and think about literally anything else. I know that might be avoidance, but
well, sometimes if there's things that you can't change, there's no point in thinking about it.
Oh, sure. I do these for the holidays. I'm taking a whole big old batch to the Marshall Handmade Market, which is in, November. And then we have, I think there's one more. Can't remember it, but I think we applied to the Big Crafty. So if you're local and you can get to that show, it's a 2-day event in December, beginning of December. It's super good. If you can do it, it's really good. So anyway, those are some ideas if you want to make some badges. You can use cut up clothes, old jeans. You get like 1 million of these out of old jeans. So it's fun to use things you have already. And if you don't like the colors, you know what you can do? You can dye it. You can take RIT dye, that liquid, or even the stuff that's powdered, and you could paint it on and then microwave it. Obviously not with this. You have to do it on the loose stuff that you haven't processed yet or made into anything. But there's a lot of different things you can use. Fabric paint, it's a pretty wide list. And it's fun. And that took what? I was talking while I did that, but it looks like about 40 minutes or so. Not bad. I would have moved a lot faster if I had everything ready and I just did it, instead of talking about it. So, and plus I kind of fooled with things and hemmed and hawed a lot. Usually they take me about 20 minutes. So, and then I make a card and spray them and put them through. And then I have a rack that I put them on, a piece of wood with a nail. And so it hangs like this. But you can do a picture frame. I also have a small picture frame with fabric, and you can just pin it to the fabric like a banner. And if you have a craft table, they're easy to put up like that. All right. So that was the portion of the tutorial this evening. And I didn't even run. I almost ran for an hour. Usually I like to go a little less. Ideally not all night, but sometimes it takes a minute to figure out what you're going to do exactly. All right, I'm going to tidy this up and then we'll move on. I'll trim this. I'm going to leave that on there because I am not done with this puppy yet. And I will revisit it. I'm going to get all this goodie and put it away. So I wanted to show before I begin is, let's see. Yeah, you can see I have so many of these trays because I end up doing this. The bane of my life are these trays. Some of these trays haven't moved in like 5 years, but I'll get to them. Stack them up and then move on to the next thing. I saw one with a pin painted. Yeah, you know what? You can absolutely paint those pins because they make paint that is metal paint. That was weird. They rolled this and it was only like a yard. Isn't that kind of weird that they have this for like a yard? Weirdos. Oh, it was three feet. Oh, been better if it was 2 of those. All right, I'm getting all the stuff out of the way, making space, making space. Sorry. Okay. Let's see. You guys want to see something I'm making? Here's something. Yeah, Nancy, I know that's a yard. I'd have liked more than just 1 yard, though. I would have liked like 4 yards. I'll take the tray, Robin. Yeah, I got plenty of those trays. You guys should see all the trays. Usually, I have those mini baking trays. It's not really that many, but half-size baking tray. And those I have stacked up on my baker's shelf. Sometimes I stack them too deep. So what do you guys think of this? If you recall last week, was it last week that I did waxwork?
I think so.
Was it?
What, Wednesday?
Oh no, what was that day that I did it? All the days. Sometimes I'm not very good at keeping track with time. So this one isn't done, and I'll show you why. Let me see if I got something to point with. All right. Check out in here. You see this? The prongs, see that gap? Yeah, this particular dragonfly, this one did survive, but I have a fistful that did not survive. So I was pretty upset this morning when we opened up the kiln and I saw some of the devastation. I was sad, sad, sad. That's why we were talking about changing our energy and trying to just like no need to ruminate and think, oh my gosh, I spent like an hour and a half on each one and all that time is lost. Instead, I'll focus on, yes, I did lose that time, but I kind of improved my skills. And every one that I do, I get a little bit better. So instead of focusing on the negative, which was what I was doing, I'll try to focus on the fact that this one survived and I set this, but now I have to go and buy this fitting on my Fordham. I did have, there's a handle. You guys know what a Fordham is. It's the handheld flex shaft. And it has a little wheel on it. You can change them out. It's like a Dremel tool, but way more horsepower. And this little thing has a hammer on it. So it's like a teeny little jackhammer. And you can use it to flatten down your prongs. Because these prongs, I don't know if you know this, but they are hard to bend. And usually you could just tap those in. But I made them so thick for some reason. I don't know what I was thinking about. I could shave them down, but I hate doing that. Some of them are pretty flush. Like this one's pretty flush. That one worked. And that one, see how that's sticking up? So I'm going to wait till I have that, and I'm going to make a necklace with it. And that'll be something good. Oh, and then look at this one. So this is a sapphire that I used in a kind of a clay wax that I'm working with now. I have a recipe that I'm working with, and I'm making it so that I can do things like this. So this was a sapphire that had cracked, a cabochon that had cracked like in half, like totally in half. And I was like, what in the heck am I going to do with that now? Because it was like really kind of a weird shape. So half of it is in this bezel I made with I call it beeswax clay. And it's kind of like a clay, but it's softer and you can manipulate it with your fingers, and it's nice and like you have to warm it in your hand for a minute or two, and you can form it all the way around and make different things and make different kind of spontaneous shapes that will have all the character of a piece that's made with bronze clay. I kind of have a terror of like bronze clay going out of stock like they did with the PMC. Like you can't get PMC from PMC company anymore. So I was trying to come up with a solution because I love the look of PMC, you know? And since you can't get that only from like 2 or 3 places now, and it's not even the same, you know, it's just not the same. It's a different kind of formulation. I know people are like, oh, it's totally the same, but I would disagree. I like PMC Plus, and they're no longer making it. So I came up with this type of clay that could be burned out of the kiln. So that's what this is. This is a sample of that. There was a little air bubble there, but I liked it. I just left it. And this area, I'll show you. You see that this black right here, this is actually silver that seeped onto the stone, and the stone survived. There's no cracks in it. Came up good. But it was kind of messed up anyway. So it was kind of a fun, like, this is like the experiment. And I'm happy with it. I think it came out good. It's a nice heavy, the thing with this though, with the beeswax clay is you kind of want to make things heavy duty and thick because it's kind of that kind of material. It's not real fine. I could have also used sheet wax like I showed last week or Wednesday, but that stuff is then it's really thin. So I wanted something in between that. Oh, I see a lot of comments come in. Thank you guys. Kim says, wow. Jermaine says, that's amazing and beautiful. And thank you, Kalite. You like that it's organic? I kind of do too. I wish that I asked Greg to bring up, I was going to show you what happened with Azalea. If you want to go downstairs and go and get the flawed piece, I can show that what happened. But I don't know what Greg did with it, so maybe not. I can take a picture later. All right. Do you guys want to get busy with the live sale? We're getting busy with it. I know I've been polishing this. At first, I tried one that was, what am I trying to say? A brass brush. And I ended up scratching one of the other stones. It was not working out anyway, so I'm not even going to show it to you. But anyway, that's this one. I'm really pleased with it. I'm not going to make a badge out of this one, though. Even though
that one's going to go on a necklace.
This is going to go on a necklace. That's just its destiny. All right, daughter, ready when you are. I've cleared this space. She's coming in hot. I don't know if she got a chance. Today we are going to do the giveaway, and we haven't done it in a couple of weeks. Come up with the questions now in your mind.
I kind of got to pay attention to this right now, I think.
Yeah, you do. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to start with this one. This is one. Oh, I'm not in the frame. What stone is that? Which one? This one? This is a sapphire. Isn't that pretty? We sold some of these a few weeks ago that were cabochons. They're great big party sapphires. Not party like a party, but they called it party like PARTI, meaning it's double colored. That's what they call it. So this is one of the ones that I consider not coming out because if you look, this is a weird thing that I've never seen before, but the inside of this, so let me see how close I can get. Actually pretty close. You can see all the Fabri-Tac on my fingers. So this stone that was there is on the inside of this. It's sunk down inside. So I went through all the rigmarole and now I have a silver bezel filled. It's actually faceted like, I don't know if you can see that. It's the same cut as, oh, Kalite says, yeah, these are the sapphires. I had this made years ago by my friend Ken out in Oakland. I had these sapphires and I said, hey man, can you make this ring for me? And he worked for my friend Sarah, and she has a jewelry business in San Francisco. And so I picked some and placed them in this. This is a piece of sheet metal or silver that was cold or fold formed around these and then pinched. So I'll say it's, I don't know if it has the seam, but it's fold forming. not cast. Oh, thank you. So this one, the sapphire's on the inside, so it's not as much as the other one. I don't know if anyone's going to want it, but it's still pretty. It's still silver. It's sterling. It's lovely, but it's disappointing. The stone is silver. So if anybody wants this, if not, I'm going to take these and I'm going to go melt them down probably tomorrow. But I'm going to give you guys a chance if anyone wants it. I don't know if anyone's going to want it. Oh, Clem says, I received my full bat kit. Thank you. And have already strung all the beads onto a cord. I'm going to try knotting it up sometime soon. Wish me luck. Hey, Clem, I'll show you how to do it. It'll be great. Maybe on our next Zoom meeting. Oh, and there's 2 of them. So let's see. Is there 2 of these? I thought there were 2.
There's a second one in here with a different lot number. I can't remember which one it was in. Which code?
I don't see it. Keep looking.
I'm looking.
All right, here's another one that had the same thing happen. I was so sad when I saw that. It made me feel like I was going crazy. Inside here is a beautiful, I had used my reserve sapphires that I've been saving for like 15, 20 years. It's the ones that were like this. They're super blue. And it's so annoying to me that the sapphire sunk down.
No, you only have one of these. The 2 that you had are the ones that the sapphires did.
Oh, okay, I only have the one then. Sorry.
So that goes.
So this one is 35. It's heavy duty. Nodding on the next Zoom. We'll make sure I'm there. Yeah, we'll do that. It's easy. You guys are gonna love it. So this is the sapphires on the inside. The lot is $644 if you're interested. And if not, I will pretty much melt these down. Wait till you see the ones that turned out, though. They are killer. Those bring joy to my heart. This one, he also has a core of a blue sapphire. I almost cried when I saw this one because this one I had saved and saved and saved in a little tin because it was so perfect. It was the most perfect one. And it was the most blue one. It was like, it's actually more blue than this one. See, this one has a little inclusion on it. It was that color. That's what's in the heart of this. Can you grind? Cherie, I tried that. You know what? I actually broke one open to see what happened to the stone. And if I can get Greg to show it to you, you guys will be like, what am I seeing? Why did the sapphire do that? So what happens is the mold in this, the sapphire is basically floating in space. And these little prongs hold it in. And if it's not exactly so, sometimes they will sink in. I've never seen this before, but that happened with that. So if anyone wants this one, it's $643. Yeah, I tried grinding it. There's no stone in there. It's on the inside. All right. Next. Where'd they go? Oh, you're doing them over here.
No.
Oh, no.
Somewhere else. Here, just you can pass it to me. I can take care of it. You can just grab wherever.
Okay. All right, I think we had this one a couple days ago. This one is a silver succulent. It's $22. It's $4.92 if you're interested. This one would actually make a good, like, what you call it? Like,
I think the links they look like they work for one
links
of those
are good. I love them. I make a bunch of links because you can do this with it. If you can think of this as being leather, this would polish up really well. I should just polish it. Actually, if I set a sapphire in the middle of that, I think it'd be really pretty. So this is $4.92 for that.
Thank you.
Succulent. All right. Oh, I'm surprised this one's still around.
We got a few of them before.
Oh, I see. So this is one of my all-time favorites, lot 500. This one is such a good piece because you can string it up here.
In any hole, I guess.
Or down here. And you could do it this way. So it's like that. You could do it this way. You could also do it where it is a lens from this direction like this. Really useful. And this one is, yes, an emerald. I don't think I have any. I don't have any emeralds that size. If I did, maybe I'll find one in Tucson. Or a ruby. I think I have rubies. All right. Facebook user. Which Facebook user is it? It's not Kate still. I thought Kate was having dinner.
Kate left.
Yeah.
Who's Facebook user that commented 500? Who are you here? This person. You have to identify yourself.
One more time.
You were the first comment that said 500, so we want you to have it, but I don't know your name. Friend.
All right. This one here is a little sterling mermaid. Look at how good her face came out on there.
Ah, it is Kathleen. That's what I was thinking. Thank you, Kathleen.
Her face came out pretty good. Sometimes I have to throw them back if their faces. It's like funny. Like they're like fishies. They didn't come out of the mold properly. And so her face came out well. And her hair, see the veil, is made. I like to make them where they're sculpted all the way around. I don't like it when they're flat on the other side. Obviously, sometimes I make them flat. But this time, $38, $153. And it's a good amount of silver in there. That's good. She's really beautiful. This with pearls would be killer. Now you can string this. I've seen a couple different ways to string this. I've seen one gal, a friend of mine, a pearl dealer, she did a thing of pearls on this side, like how this tag is. So the necklace was up here part, a small chain of hand knotted pearls, or maybe it was wire wrapped. I don't quite remember. But from here, she'd added a little teeny chain of little itty bitty tiny pearls and one great big old Tahitian hanging from here. And I loved it. And I said, I wish this was gold. We both wished it was gold. Because, obviously it's wonderful. All right. I have a couple more items in silver. Actually, I have a bunch of them.
Yeah, you have more.
What am I saying?
More. Yeah, there's a lot of silver left.
All right, I have one horse here, silver horse, 158. It's $14. There's only one of them. Only one. So that is a good price on that. So whoever wants that, get it.
Button.
Because you know what? Look, this is the tape. We don't need that tape on there.
Yeah, I don't have any more of those.
Mm-hmm.
And buttons, Dad doesn't make a whole lot of silver buttons.
He hates making the buttons because of that. Sometimes you got to drill this part.
And since it's a lot harder than the pewter, then it's...
This didn't need to be drilled. The button, it came out perfectly.
Thank you, Helen.
Thank you. I want to see what you guys make with these. It's exciting. All right. Now, I don't know if anyone's going to want this.
Here, when you have one, I've been putting all the silver in here to go through later.
I did. I think I did. No, here we go.
Yeah, that's fine. You can put it in there. That's okay.
All right. Here's one of these. I think this one was sold, but a person did not claim it. So sometimes...
Well, it was claimed, but it was not paid for.
Right. I think, if you don't, we'll hold it for 2 weeks. But after that, see, sometimes people will say, hey, I watched your replay. Is lot 112 available? And if we're holding it, then I can't sell it during that time. So if you want some, let us know if you are going to cancel. Just, or you don't have to, and we'll reload later, which is what happened with this. This is a one-of-a-kind piece. I carved this in wax. There's none of these.
Oh, it's gone now.
Yeah.
Lasts about 10 seconds on
and
screen.
That came
Thank
out
you, Jermaine.
Perfectly. So that was a good one.
You can show these next. These are your new ones that did not come out.
Oh, what about this? I want to show these on it is.
Okay.
All right, I have one of this. I usually hoard these for myself, but I thought I'd share. There's one. It's $16. I use these on my necklaces, and I'm going to put this one back. I'm going to just put this in my collection and make a necklace because I have several necklaces. If no one wants this one, it's 103. So this, if you watch replay, I'm putting this back in the pot if it doesn't get a home. Oh, thank you. It found a home fast. All right, I'm going to do the last of the silver, and then I'm going to move on to some other things.
These too. I have this.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to show that. This one was from my friend that Melissa J. Lee made this, and I have not made this into anything. And this is fine silver. This is a fine silver piece. This is not sterling, it's pure silver. And that's what she had her business called Hint. And I gave that a fantastic price, $24. Thank you, Kay. That's gone. All right, I don't know if folks are gonna want these because they are. I don't have. Let me see how many I have. All right, so this. No, not again. Not the freezing time.
Sorry, guys. Our camera, this camera froze real quick. So I thought it would be best to switch it back here before
she's switching it and trying to see. I thought, Azalea, I was saying, man, everything is going so perfect right now.
No. Okay, so it looks like this camera is not doing what it's supposed to be doing, but at least we're not completely frozen. So
yeah, maybe it just went inactive. It said it went inactive.
No,
that might
that
be
doesn't
the problem.
mean anything.
Can you try it again?
When it says inactive, that means that it's just been switched out. But when it says it's nothing, when it says this, that means it's not connected. We're going to reconnect it and see if that works.
Yeah, sorry.
So we're going to connect a new device.
That's pretty much
y'all.
The way it goes.
All right. Hopefully this works now.
Did you get it? Did it get it? Did it get it?
Ooh.
Oh.
Sorry, y'all. We're fixing stuff. We're fixing it. It's not looking like it's going.
It doesn't want to join forces.
Please join forces, friend.
Yeah.
Might be the internet catching up.
Maybe. I don't hear a storm. You know, sometimes you get a storm. I bet I know what it is. I bet it's another update because this is the time they like to update.
I know. I kind of hate these people.
Celia's trying
not to be
because it's
negative,
a small business,
but I kind of don't.
They're always doing it.
They're always doing an update when we're trying to get our stuff done, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Please work, bro. This is no bueno.
I know because I didn't even get to my showstoppers.
No, we're gonna make it work. We're not frozen yet, and if that means we have to show it like this, then I guess that's the route. Okay, we're gonna delete that device, and we're gonna reconnect it. We're lucky that I kind of somewhat partially know what's going on sometimes.
She's turning into an expert.
I have to. There's no choice. You have to become an expert. Otherwise, then... you can't win. Some days, you're just constantly blocked, bro. Constantly.
Oh, maybe because we went up too soon?
No, I don't think so.
All right, let's just move on.
We're going to just have to...
just hold it up.
Huh. Never really locked.
Oh, you guys can see, but see what we're having is the issue with...
our camera is blurred when we have it on the phone, so we're just going to have to do this a different way.
Mm-hmm. So, while it worked, it was fantastic.
Sometimes things just act up. So you know what? It's fine. We'll just have to go like this. Now you guys get to see our faces when we talk about the pieces, and we'll show the tags. It's not ideal, but it's not a complete fail because at least you can still see and hear us at some
volume.
Yeah, instead of just,
All right, so on this,
we're just going to have to get creative with it now.
Just delete that from there, and then maybe we'll do it. We'll try it again in like 10 minutes and see. Okay, so this is so pro level, y'all.
This is very pro level.
So this is one that...
Here, let me do it, actually, because I think I know. You can hold the tag.
Oh, thank you, Sheree.
Here, you hold the tag.
Okay, we're gonna. This is
gonna have to be the new. This is gonna have to be our new way for a minute. Yeah. So this is a damn. Okay. No. Okay, so it's a sterling silver dragonfly. We had these before with sapphires, and these are the ones that the sapphires didn't come out. We have 3 of them.
The sapphire is inside. they fell down inside the silver. So it has a core of blue sapphire, and they disappointingly
642.
We have how many of
We have
those?
3 of them. Well, now we have 2. Thank you, John.
Yes, so
Even,
that was super
even
disappointing.
our super pro level primitive way, we got 2 sold.
It has
so
a sapphire heart, yeah.
A sapphire heart.
Yeah, so now you guys see why I don't make them very often. You guys see that it's not easy to get a perfect one. So last week I was blessed by the kiln gods, and every single piece, except for maybe like 2, if I'm recalling, that I had a couple weeks ago, that it came out. So let's see.
All right, they're all gone.
Wonderful.
Thank you guys. Even us showing it
with our
still,
fingers.
I know.
All right, I have, let's see. You guys have seen me. This is one of my favorites, the little bronze Nixie. You remember this? She's in bronze, and she's $26 in bronze. I love this one in bronze. I think she looks really good, really magical.
That's lot, what, 414? Is that what that says? That is lot 414 for 26. She's a bronze Nixie pendant.
Yeah,
you can get that in
like
pewter,
this.
but we don't sell it on the website in bronze.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you, Sharon.
Yeah, I love this piece. This one would look good in with like a little bit of a patina. You know, those vintage patinas. Helen, you know what? Oh, look. Lisa Young's contact. That's for John. Just so you can remember
okay.
that.
I'll make a note.
Thank you for letting us know.
Thank you, because I would not have known what that is about.
Helen, if I melt it down, the only way to get, I don't know how to get it out, because when you're melting it, the silver is super hot. I mean, I want to say I don't know if it's 16, I can't remember exactly. I know glass is 1650. Maybe that's PMC. I don't remember the exact. Any 492 left? And 642.
Let's see what we've got. The 642 is the silver dragonfly. That one's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And 492 is probably just another, I can't remember which one that was that we just showed a few minutes ago. We'll consult this section here.
Mm-hmm. No, there's no more. You sold all of the ones.
Oh, yeah. 492 is this, and that's gone. So all that stuff, Terry, I'm sorry, that's gone.
Sherry says, I can try again.
I think you are going to be selling out of your pieces in the coming months. Get these great pieces while you can.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you. I think so. You know, when I've made things with silver. Yeah. Oh, that was what I was looking for.
Yeah. That's what we've got. So we've got, I don't think we've got 5. So
no,
we've got
there's
3. I'm going to correct
there's
that.
3 sets of this. Or no.
Yeah.
No.
3. 4, actually.
There's 4 sets. All right.
So you know this?
That is the clasp on. I have the necklaces in another zone.
This is our turkey tail. We had this in a kit. This is the clasp that comes with 2 pieces. And I tied it up because I didn't want them to get separated, but you can't really see it. It's not really demonstrated very well, but there's 2 heavy pieces and 1 big heavy centerpiece. And this one is in sterling silver. We have 4 of these, and it's pretty heavy. So it's lot 420, 460. If I can get this thing to focus, it's got to blur the background and like accentuate your face setting on. So that makes it where it's like,
yeah,
can't see.
So this piece here is like, that one is good for a tied sort of loop. So this one is not, this is like an extra clasp.
I'm fixing it.
It's not, I guess you could use it. I don't think it can use interchangeably. No, this isn't designed to go through this one. You will find that out right away. This one is for a seed bead clasp like this.
Now it shouldn't blur it out because it thinks we can do this like on YouTuber in like 2014. All right. How they would show things. Isn't that awesome?
Mm-hmm.
You guys like that?
Looking good.
I know. Whoa.
We can try again in a second to see if that camo.
Yeah, we can see if our money is well spent.
this is how you use this. So these are antique seed beads. You don't have to obviously use antique seed beads, but then you can go through it like this. Just picture it, and then you have it like this. So it should work like that. That's how that goes. And I don't know if we have these on the website. If we did,
Oh, that's a good idea. I need to find a clipboard then. I have. You know what I do have? So I've got that. Well, that's kind of hefty, chunky even. Something blank to clip our stuff to.
Well, I have this.
Which one did you just show? You just showed something. What's 643? That's not the one. You had it in your hand moments ago. You had 643, I think. Because Teresa's asking for it. And
this
now
is 642, so it's the next one. They're gone. That's gone. Yes.
Okay.
All those are gone.
These have one tag.
Yeah, I know.
These are all the same lot number.
Yes, I know.
So where's 643? It's not this. We get confused with what we did our own selves sometimes, y'all.
Well, there's just a lot of it. And once we move on, it's hard to go back.
Yeah. Once we move on, we get kind of confused with what we're looking at a little bit. So, you can move on and show something else, and I'm sure I'll
Okay,
figure
I
it out.
have
How old was I in 2014? 4? What? No, I was born in 2004, not 2010. My little brother, that would make me like 13. No, I'm 19. My little brother was born in 2009. But thank you for thinking that I'm 13.
That's good. That's natural. What's Debbie saying?
Hold on.
Oh, bird with a sapphire heart. There's only the one. That's what she's asking.
Oh. The bird with the sapphire heart, we saw that one?
Mm-hmm. I think so. Or maybe not. I don't know.
Mm-mm.
Oh, well then, no.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you for telling us what we were showing you.
You know what? I was looking right at it, and my brain did not see that said 643.
That is so crazy.
Yeah, I know. Weirdo.
Sometimes you get put on the spot, and then it gets hard. Oh, hi, June. Hello, everybody. Yeah, Sherry says you have fabric and a clipboard. Probably.
You're right, Teresa.
But I'll have to go dig one out.
It did not sell. I thought it did.
You get it now, though, Teresa.
Yeah.
Because in my board, my notebook here does not say 643 except for next to your name. So, Yippee! All right. So now that that's moved on.
Okay, so I've had this one for a minute, and I might put this one on the site. This is 204, and it's a little mandrake. Let's do it like this. Here, peek at it to make sure I'm in line, daughter.
Oh, okay, thank God. Oh my God, I almost threw up. Okay.
All right, so that's that little mandrake, and it's in sterling, and it's
brightness.
204. Yeah, it's like really high contrast. Looks good.
Yeah. Yeah, they say you can show and clip the items for close-ups. Yeah, we need to find some clips then. We should just be able to use the program that we bought and pay for. I just restarted your phone, and so maybe it'll work now. We'll see.
So there's one of these.
This is too bright.
$22.
We are like ghosts.
His face is showing a lot of shadow, but it's not shadowed. That's just a little bit of the
light. Every time you put something up, there's a lot of light here and not a lot over here. So I think that the light the balance is not good. But we're doing our best, Oh, Carlos, shoot, I thought you were the same age as my grandson. No, I'm
19.
I know, isn't that crazy? We can pretend that I'm not.
That's that's good. It's cute. Because you're at the driving age. All right.
Which one was 204? Oh, thank you, Marianne.
All right, we're getting towards the time of the
Stones?
yeah. No.
What do you mean no? We have some in there.
Yes.
Confused sometimes. All right. Well, very nice. All right.
Let's do
show
these ones.
bronze.
Oh,
Skip in the middle.
okay. So I have, let's see.
We're showing bronze now, folks. I don't
Let's
think we
see.
have any silver left. Oh no, we have this
We have
one
the
thing.
showstoppers, but I didn't.
We have this. We'll do the showstoppers at the end. That's what a showstopper is.
We'll do it.
All right, you guys. So we've had these before, but we don't have. I don't think we've sold any of these since. I think these are Hill Tribe silver nugs, and they're very heavy and very satisfying.
You can't get those anymore.
They're very heavy. This whole thing.
Yeah, it's nice because they're all little individual. They make them by dropping fine silver
Oh my God, what happened to the light?
into
This is so goofy. This is, I know that's a big price tag, but they're very heavy and they're silver. That's lot 268 if you're interested.
Oh, I forgot I made this painting.
Why show paintings?
I know, but I thought
she likes to do show and tell sometimes.
Yes, I do. You're correct.
It's not bad, but we're trying to finish the job.
I know.
Oh, thank you, Sharon.
Wow. Maybe one of these would work well. Is that too busy?
No, I don't think so.
Did I do this already?
What is the tag? 413? No, you can show that. Now you guys are seeing behind the scenes.
This is lot 413, and it's a little fairy in a leaf.
Bronze.
This is a bronze piece. And so the back side is plain leaf.
Plain
the
leaf.
Front leaf, I'm going to do it right over my face and maybe it'll focus on it real good. And then it's like that Doctor Who episode. What was that one where they're like?
They don't have faces or something?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Are you my mommy? With the gas mask? That's traumatizing.
I thought that was something else.
Well, there's a lot of stuff like that's traumatizing. All right, that's gone. Thank you, Teresa.
Yeah, Zelia marked those at very nice price because it was sitting in our box for a minute. So those got a little bit of a discount. You guys have probably noticed that.
Did we show this one? Hold this one up. I pulled that one out. That is lot. Oh, Pat says show lot tag first, maybe.
Oh,
all right.
okay.
So this is what you're about to see is lot 417 for 44. If I can get the light in there. Yeah, there you go. And that is this bronze fairy butterfly with eyes on her wings. And she's got a little face. This is what she looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the back. Here's the front again.
I would like to put a stone.
I would love
one.
it if our camo worked. Maybe we can try it again. You guys ready to see us struggle a little bit more?
Well, while we're struggling, while the endless struggling is happening.
The endless struggling with technology.
You know, I made some of these for the purpose of setting a stone, like this one here. This one is, I made this for, because I have a bunch of stones that are this size. Come on, camo.
Please
maybe they had enough time to do their demo or their what you call it.
I don't know. A little goofy.
Update.
It's testing me today again.
$38 for that for 16. This one's kind of a mauve.
Oh, Pat.
And it's
Thank you, Pat. That it was Pat. You mean 417? This bronze fairy butterfly? Because I feel like that's what you mean. Lot 417. Thank you.
That was my shoes coming off.
Ooh, what are you doing?
That was my shoes coming off. Sorry.
Naked toes go ripping the floor.
Ripping. All right, so that one was that. I made this one so I could stick a sapphire, or I have a bunch of things that I'm going to put in there. You know, it'd be really good is a sapphire and the eyes of those wings. Could you imagine that?
What just happened there?
Nothing happened.
Something should have happened.
Camo didn't happen.
Bro.
Did
This
it do
is
it?
so crazy.
They're making me crazy.
They're making me
You know what we should
crazier,
do is
actually.
you should take your phone and screenshot and say when they're like, "So, do you have internet?"
I feel like I just need to meet with them in person so they can really feel the suffering by themselves. You know what I mean? Oh, maybe. Is it gonna work now? Maybe. No, probably not. Of course, it's never gonna work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it went blurry. We're trying our best, y'all. Thank you for being patient. We've spent money and time practicing and getting things ready so we can have a smooth show, and then this is how we are treated with this. I'm mad. Salty.
Yeah, Facebook canceled Kay on Friday night and part of last night. Ooh. Yeah, I wouldn't be happy about that. I wouldn't be happy either. Yeah, that's how you make a living. What the heck? Come on, Camo. Stop. You need to pull your weight.
Well, Kay got canceled by Facebook, it looks like. And we're getting canceled by Camo. Because they love to screw us over.
No, I think it's just that, that's how it goes.
That shouldn't be. If we paid for the 3,000-year lifetime warranty for this thing that we assume, well, we'll just change the subject and keep talking about things that we like. Which one was 416? We were just showing it? Because Terry says, 416, please.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Terry. Wait, put your, try Terry. Could you put your full name, please? You got 416, but I would like to get your name so I can remember who you are.
Calife says if you meet them in person, don't take any sharp objects. Well, they're out of England, so we probably won't meet them in person.
They're gonna have some. They're gonna get an earful over FaceTime, though, probably.
Oh, hey, I have these Super 24.
There's only one of those, isn't it?
Oh, this?
Yeah, there's one.
So this one we picked up. I bought one strand. These are a mix of 24 different minerals. It's 16. $477. They're not showing in the light how pretty these are, but they're gorgeous. They're gorgeous, so gorgeous.
Put your full name, friend.
Yeah, you can see it's kind of like a geode a little bit. But these stones have become kind of popular in recent years where there'll be a mine and they'll get like a rock. So when you go to Tucson and you're buying specimens to have in the beads, what happens is, like this was probably, like I was chatting with my friend, I can't even think her name. She was telling me that the piece that they found of this was only like this big, but the way they grid cut it and put it in this kind of a machine, it's kind of like a lathe, and it spins really fast, and they have like one bead on one side, and they can get it almost identical. That's why they're always like
they have it gone. Sorry.
Anyway, she was telling me that the specimen that they used, she showed me the picture on her phone, and it was like the biggest geode you've ever seen. Actually, it would be more of a thunder egg because it wasn't hollow in the middle. Like a geode has that hollow space of crystal, and this particular specimen was like this big. I think it was hard to tell from the picture, but it seemed like it was a pretty big thunder egg, and it's exactly that color. Of course, it had all the stuff you'd shave off in lap grinding, but it was neat to see the chunk that it came from. I love that. I mean, she was telling me she picked it up from this Brazilian guy in Tucson. It's like you kind of see all of the aspects of how the beads production is made. And our friend Jen, she gets stuff made in Beijing, and she meets with a lot of the cutters, and she was like, hey, there are a lot of these folks that are cutters, you think of them being like a big corporation coming out with thousands and thousands of beads. A lot of them are like us, where there's like, it's just like a family business, and they'll get a chunk of stone and they'll cut it, and then that's it, and it's nice. So it's kind of like you know who the sources are. It's kind of fun to know those things. I mean, I found some stones and I've drilled and sold them, and it's a neat way to get stones, you know.
Yes, these are carved, Teresa. These have that
Yes.
same type of carve as those other like rubies that we used to sell. These are hessonite garnets, and we have 6 of these.
Mm-hmm.
They're very nice. They've got that kind of they kind of have like a pumpkin cut. I would
Yeah,
say.
they're like little squashed pumpkins.
Little short pumpkins. That's a lot.
And I think there's a fair few of
$4.75.
those.
I'm trying to show it, but I'm struggling because I can't even see it.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is not ideal, but you know what? We're making do.
Mm-hmm. For
We're gonna
now, I
put on
mean, I
this
don't
show.
know. I don't know how much more. The gemstones seem like they're really tough to show that way, so we might save those for
Yeah.
another time. Let's get to what was I saying? Let me see. What number was that, daughter?
Which one?
That in your hand.
$4.75.
Hmm.
We've got these and these and these and these and these. I think we showed all the metal.
Right. Let's just no, we didn't show the showstoppers. You want to do that?
Oh, you guys want to see the showstoppers? Oh, thank you, Teresa. There's one of them gone.
Good, good. I think you're gonna love them.
I love them.
I love them.
They're really good looking. They have a
Mhm.
really good color, all of them.
And the best part is they are very well drilled, which, you know, I check now because I don't like that story when, I mean, I get it, you know, sometimes it's hard to drill. I mean, I've drilled beads and I know exactly the fight of drilling. So,
Thank you, Suzanne.
oh, I have one of these. I can show this. These are from these guys out of the Ukraine. They're also another family business. They have their teenage son work in the booth. Dude was not into it. I kept bugging him, and I'm like, "Listen, how much does this weigh?" And he just handed me the scale. I was like,
Figure it out, I guess.
"Well, he was nicer than that, but he just handed me the scale. He just moved it with his finger, just like, here, you could do it." And then he's like, "I'll just divide." He's like, "I'll just, you know, all you have to do is times by, you know."
Multiply the weight by this number.
A lot of these things are sold by weight, and so if you buy a certain amount, say you buy
Putting a lot of trust in the customer that they're not going to round down the weight if you're not looking.
Oh no, he was going to add it up, but it was like, you know, instead of asking him over and over, he was just like, "Go ahead." But these were hand carved, and they found this amber. This is Baltic amber. It's gathered by it floats on the Baltic Sea. That's how that's found.
Marianne, this amber is $24, lot 402. If that's what you wanted, I will put it down for you. Thank you.
Yes, it's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good one. I'll do the ones that we can easily see.
I know those are nice, like nicely carved.
This one is from someone picked it out, I think, and then they just left it. So this one this is a vintage piece.
Nice. That's lot 504 for 15. It's one of those little lockets. Those little brass and
enamel. It's from the
locket.
80s. These are from the 80s. I bought these. I must have bought I bought them wholesale a long time ago, and I bought the whole bag. And this is the last one. I don't have any more. That's it. And I made little necklaces with them. All right, it looks like that one's gone. All right, let me see what else will show up. Some of the stuff won't show up.
Thank you. I love those opals. I think we should show them anyway.
You can try. I don't think they'll show up.
We have 3 of these. These are kind of like goldeny looking opals. They have a lot of flash.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. And I want to keep one for myself.
Okay, so these are Wetlow opals, and a friend of ours cuts these, and they explained to us that the price is a little higher.
This is definitely really hard to show.
I know, I told you.
I'm really disappointed with our situation here. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. If anybody wondering why we're doing it this way, if you're new in the stream in the past couple minutes, we usually use camo to switch our stuff back and forth. But pretty much nowadays, every time we do a stream, we're like, "Oh, camo's working," and then it goes blurry or starts to glitch or delay or it just disconnects altogether, and then we have to just either start over and try to find our audience again, but then we never really get back all of the people.
Yeah,
Or
I
we
think,
make do
I
like
think
this and
with
show it.
StreamYard, I think you can use, if I'm not mistaken, you can add a camera, but you won't have you have to add it at the beginning of the thing. And we were using camo, and it doesn't allow you to switch unless you have to get off of the live stream.
I might be able to add mine, but my camera is not so good because I have a cracked
Sheree says, have you
lens.
thought about Whatnot? I don't think I've heard about that one. Whatnot. I'm thinking that is black paper. You know what? I just bought some black paper that I am super duper 100%
Oh,
crazy
Kulite
about.
says, will the opals show on black paper? Yeah,
I just
probably.
got this. This is that
Perfect.
paper I was showing you guys last 2 weeks
show
ago.
'em, show 'em.
This is from Stonehenge Legion. They make pretty much the best paper. Jermaine does not like Whatnot. I don't know anything about it. I've heard people talking about it, and I think Sarah was saying, "Oh, we got an account on Whatnot," and I thought, you know what? I'm already on TikTok. I can barely keep up with what I've got. All right, let's see.
We showed them, but they've been sold.
Oh,
Bonnie, Marianne, and Jermaine. Thank you guys. Jermaine says, I don't like Whatnot.
I don't blame you. It's just more to keep up with. So that's let's see. Yeah, these are
Show it.
It's not going to show.
Well, it was showing for a second, but we had our faces in there at the same time. Let's turn this down a notch.
No, dark.
Just hold on. Hear me out. No, you're right. This is not working out.
All right, we'll just do that for another time. We'll maybe on Wednesday or something.
These lights are no bueno.
And that's been our thing. Maybe we'll have
Maybe one day we will have a professional grade studio where we just get to roll in and just do it and it works instead of messing around every time.
That's the
is that all you're gonna do? Here, put these back.
Because the rest of it's not going to show up.
Yeah, the rest are not going to show up. But we thank you guys for being patient and showing up for us and watching it anyway.
This is the last of it.
Wait, before we show, I did not know about this. You should look. These do not have anything here.
Oh, look it up from what we had last time.
I could not find it. I'm not sure if we did.
We did.
I can't find it.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna. All right, this came out, but Azealia can't find from last time. I'll just show you what we did and how it looks when it did come out good. All right. Oh, let's see. You know, we do, Zoe. We do sometimes use just the Facebook without any apps. And
that means you can only stream to Facebook, though, in one location.
So I'm pretty sure she does use StreamYard. I'm pretty sure, at least. Because then you wouldn't know. I don't know if you can see if we're using StreamYard. I don't know. Oh, she says let's see, what's this? Stimuli says, I don't like it, Whatnot much, but it is good for limited quantities or single items to auction. I'll have to get on there and look. I don't know. I've never done it before. Yeah, Azealia might want to go check it out. So this is one where the sapphire did show up, and that one worked out. So of all of the things I did a big handful, and I've been saving them for the past 2 weeks. I've been working on them. And I got, let me count how many I got out of that batch.
Oh, yeah, Zoe, we're streaming to 2 locations on Facebook and on YouTube.
Yeah, our YouTube, thankfully.
It's pretty nice.
This
it usually works.
StreamYard works.
StreamYard is not a problem, and their customer service is immediate.
Right.
But it's always the webcam programs like Epoch and Camo that give me problems. And for some reason, it's like I would understand if we were using like outdated equipment, but we have a brand new laptop and then Mom's brand new iPhone with a really good camera, and it's like there shouldn't be an issue, but for some reason there always is, and it makes me upset because I get for hours on like tech support with people. And they're like, oh, I don't really know what you mean. I don't know how to fix it. Oh, download iTunes. That'll fix it. And that didn't fix it. Newsflash. Spoiler, didn't fix it.
All right, here we go. So out of the pile of silver, with the stones, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 came out and did not bury the stones. So I was disappointed, y'all. I was real disappointed because I spent like 45 minutes working on each one. And yeah, Stamili. Yeah, this is how many times does this make? This is like the 4th time we've had trouble on a
More
lot.
than the 4th.
It's like weeks. And we paid for the lifetime. Isn't that wonderful?
It was like $80-something. I'm serious.
I know. For an app. All right, guys. I have one. I have one of these.
One.
And I don't know if you can see this, but I use some of my best.
Put your black paper on it. You can
Actually, let's do this one. The black I feel like is too like it sucks up all the light.
Oh, it's gone. It looks like Lisa Young, John Wakeman got that one first. 648. Thank you.
This one has a blue stone in it.
Yeah, that one's
I
nice.
know, and it came out.
That one did not stay on the screen very
long. It is. Look at that stone.
Ann says today was a harsh day. Tomorrow will be better. I say the same thing.
Yeah, today was.
We had a lot going on
hard.
today, but you know what? It's gotten better now, even though we're having tech problems. I mean, you guys have still stuck around.
Yeah.
Even watching us like fruit around trying to fix it for like 20 minutes. You still here. So we appreciate you guys for sticking around for us, even though it's like probably really annoying to watch it go back and forth between blurry and glitchy and slow.
I know.
Watching us show it with our hands.
I know. So
blank faces holding it. Thank you. Oh yeah, that one came out. There's one of those too.
One came out.
She's really displaying it, y'all. That looks good though, actually. Lot 647. That one's heavy too. It's a dragonfly with a sapphire. And the sapphire came out this time.
Yeah. Well, this one, the one came out.
Oh, thank you, Ann.
Yeah. So I was so lucky last week, and I got that one. I got a whole fistful of them, but now, I don't know. It is more frustrating. It's more frustrating. I think it's frustrating for everybody. Thank you, Ann.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Clem. He says, you're never annoying. We appreciate it. We're doing our best. All right. This is, so do you want to write down right here?
I think those were, okay, give me the marker.
All right, while you're showing that, actually, no, we'll wait. You guys get ready for something awesome. Where did this come from? That is so charming.
I bought that. There's other, I carve, cast, I can carve all kinds of things. Check out this little thing I got on the internet. Isn't that cool? It's a pewter trilobite. And then look at this. Boom.
A boom.
It's a magnifier. Let me see if you can see something magnified.
All right, we'll show these first, and then we'll show that one last. Oh, too late. You've already done it.
I was trying to show the stone.
Yeah, show these next, and then we'll do that one very last.
All right, so I have 2 of these. Oh.
We can show. I put them.
We'll just show them.
We can show them together. Sorry.
So these sapphires, they came out good. All right.
They came out good.
Now, I made these specifically for my treasure necklaces, which I'm wearing right here. You guys see? And I designed them so that if you make a nice long necklace, you can do this with it. This is why I like this. So if you have it, I've made them where they have ombre colors. And depending on how you twist it around, you get a different collection shows. And so, like, look at this. This is how this is going to go. Like, if it's strung, the hole goes right through the top, and it would be like that. So you can visualize how that would be.
Yeah, it's a vertical hole, straight up and down.
Yeah.
Right in the center.
But see, it's a good way to break up the space with all those shapes. I love it when I have one that kind of pops out like the wedding bead down here. See how that sticks out a little drop? So I'll balance it with another one. So look at this one.
Why is it called that?
What?
Wedding bead.
It's a Molly wedding bead because these are from Africa. And when a gal's getting married, they have these great big strands of these, and they would put them on them. And it was like, kind of like I don't want to say it's like bride price, but kind of something. There's something like that. There must be some. I don't remember exactly the folklore that goes along with it, but they don't make those anymore, and it's antique now because it's from like 1800s. I'm gonna say some of those beads are really old. All right, I'm trying to line these up.
She's trying to line them up, y'all.
Unfortunately, what I should have done, what we'll do next time, is we're just gonna go natural StreamYard and not even mess with it and just drop it. Oh, there it is. Molly knows it. Molly is the country, and those wedding beads are awesome. Yeah, I don't think they do that. That's from like a long time ago. Maybe they were trying to do those traditions. I'm not sure. All right, so this is lot 650. This is a sterling and sapphire bead. It's a bead. So it runs from the hole, runs from top to bottom. And I made those as a protection piece. These are designed to bounce back the covetous gaze. Whenever you hear evil eye or protection, what that meant was you would put this so that someone isn't coveting your children and then putting the energy.
Coveting your children?
Well, some people, that was back in the day. That's what they did.
Oh, weird. All right. So that one, you guys, look, we got a flood of everybody saying 650, 650. We've got one left. That's lot 649. That's the same thing, but a little different.
A little heavier. That come out? Can you see it?
Kind of. You need to hold it.
Shadow. All right.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah, that works. Oh, and Jermaine got it. Thank you, Jermaine. Thank you, everybody. So when you can show this last one, and then we'll read off what everybody got.
So this piece, if no one buys this, is kind of a pricey one, I know.
Evil eye and a baseball bat if you covet my kid. I know, that's a little weird thing to covet, bro.
Well, it's not weird when you think of how children are the future. They are the most prized things that a human can have, essentially. And people would be envious of the children of others because that was help in the fields, or your line was unbroken. And sometimes people wouldn't say that they coveted. They would just be coveting.
You know what I'd be coveting?
All right. So this one is pretty heavy, and it took me a while to get this stone to stay and to set it. And let's see if I can get this. The stone is a particularly good one. I don't know if you guys can see that.
That is the showstopper of the evening.
That's our showstopper. If no one gets it tonight, that's going to go on a piece of jewelry. That's where that's happening. That's what's happening with that. So it's marked a little high just because there's a lot of silver there. And
it's heavy.
That's actually a lot of work. I did not charge a lot for my time to do that. It took me a while. I don't even tell you guys how long that took me.
It's our bumblebee piece.
So it's the bumblebee, and I do have it if you're interested.
Bonnie got it. Thank you.
Where do you see that?
646. Is that not 646?
Oh yes, I didn't see that. Well, thank you, Bonnie. I think you will love this. Oh, it's so precious.
I know, she was kind of hoping to keep it a little bit, probably.
I know. I was like, I would not mind if it didn't. I'll put this on a piece of jewelry. I would put this on a strand of sapphires. I mean, seriously, look at that. This one, I think of it as being like one of the most magical things I've ever made. I love it. And I'm glad that you got it, Bonnie. I love it.
Thank you.
All right. Yes.
So people like it when we read
Colite
off.
does say camo. All right.
People like it when we read off what they got going on. So we will show it here. Marty,
you can just flip it so folks can see, or you can read it off. However you want to do it.
I'm just going to show people. I'm going to read their names so they can see where they are. And then I'm going to, thank you. So we'll get in there. So we've got, you got to aim it a little bit. Yeah, right there. So we got Teresa Kelly, Bonnie Francis, Sandra Rossi, Kathleen Batchelor, Jermaine, Helen Balcom, Pat Moore, Kay Slayton, John Wakeman, or Lisa Young, Ann Schroeder, Carla Hartzog, Sharon Brown Bowers, Marianne Dalton, Terry Trice, and Suzanne Gallagher. So if you guys can, we can show those numbers a little closer so you guys can see exactly what's going on here.
Oh, she says take a screenshot.
Yeah, go ahead and take a screenshot. Hopefully you can read my handwriting, but that's what we got going on. I'll hold up a little longer so you guys can see it. Thank you guys for showing up and being patient with us tonight.
Yes, we really
despite all of our
appreciate you
issues.
guys supporting our work and our small family business. It really means a lot. We can have lights on and food on the table thanks to y'all. So we really appreciate it. Oh wait, as I was like, you're saying the quiet part out loud, but sometimes to say the quiet part is okay. You know, let people know. I mean, I guess it's a
Keeping this
vulnerable
cat
moment.
thick.
Keeping that cat thick.
Right.
All right, folks. Thank you so much. We are almost done. Greg had to recast. If you're waiting for some Shibu Ichi, we had another kiln fail. What really needs to happen is we had earlier this month, maybe it was last month, our casting, and it's like it's a machine that pulls the air out of your investment. It's called a vacuum cast. Now, usually we have two types of casting. We have what's called centrifuge casting, and that's where it spins really fast. And that is really tough to do. And sometimes it causes a lot of problems because sling casting or centrifugal casting is a pretty aggressive, you know, and sometimes you get a lot more loss than with vacuum, which is just turning the machine on and pouring in molten silver in it. And while you're pouring it in, the metal is being sucked through the plaster. So that's a more successful way to cast. And we are just getting the parts to get that fixed. So they've been back ordered for forever and they will not cheap. So that's what's happening. And we're finally catching up with some of that has been on, like, you know, when you're using centrifuge casting, it's a higher fail rate. I lost half of this casting list. So it will feel wonderful to get the vacuum cast up and running again. So we really appreciate you guys being patient and not losing it and flipping out. You know, I mean, it's not medicine. No one's going to die if you don't get your beads. I know. I hate waiting.
You will get your beads.
You will get your beads. Everybody's going to get your beads.
But it just takes a little longer.
It'll take a little bit longer. These pieces, Greg has them. They're going to be, he's casting tomorrow. And so if you're waiting on anything Shibu Ichi, it's like 2 days from being shipped. We'll be down there, both of us, grinding away and polishing them out, and they're going to look fantastic.
We got the whole family in there sometimes.
Now listen, I know some of you guys sent me an email and said, hey, Max is a little young to be on the grinding wheel. Listen, 13 is not that young.
He wears a mask.
He wears a mask, and he only does it for like an hour, so it's all good. I mean, I worked at 13, y'all. All right. Bead magic is strong medicine. Thank you, Kaluti. I think it is. All right, folks. We are a little like, I'm ready to eat. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready. So,
tired, long day. It's time to put on the pajamas.
My
and
energy,
I
think our energy has completely changed from earlier today when it was like sadness and tears and
tears and frustration.
Struggle. But now it's changed. Thank you. And I'm going to get back to work and I'm going to show a lot of new stuff. Don't forget, we're meeting it's in like a week and a half with our good friend Betsy from Beyond Beatery. If you guys know her, she is a blast. She's a hilarious lady. She's been in the business a long time. And we're going to have some fun. And that's on Thursday, the 28th at 5 p.m. Eastern time. I'm not sure what is that time in West Coast time. It's like middle of the afternoon. But if you're around, tune in and see what we're doing. I'm making a bunch of cabs because a lot of her customers are seed beaters. And so I'm going to try and make stuff that's going to appeal to them. I'm going to try and get more of this silver going. But I got a lot of things happening for that. If you want to tune in, that's next week. You know, I don't know what day is today. The days
Sunday.
get away from me. Date, I meant. So 28th, 5 o'clock, Thursday. So we'll see you. And we'll see you possibly, what's today, Sunday? We might tune in on Wednesday, depending. I have some resin that I've been waiting to get here, and it's finally arriving. I've been waiting for like a week or so. So Wednesday, we have some fun, and on Sunday. All right, folks. It's great to
Good
see
night,
you all out
everybody.
there. We love all of you, and we hope you have a wonderful and magical rest of your week.
Good
We'll
night.
see you Wednesday.
Thank you.